All right, everyone. So I just want to give some information on the instant lock machine. So I think that a lot of people know that the lock machine can cause damage to locks, right? And this type of damage results in, let's say that you lock your hair up and you use this machine, and you decide that you want to take your locks out. Well, when you go to take your locks out, you'll begin to notice how instead of combing your hair out, your hair just breaks off. It breaks off, it just shreds down. Okay, so that is how you know that damage has been done to the lock. Without taking it down, whenever you use the lock machine, it's kind of like if you see like a line through the lock, that's how you know that the lock has damage. So before using the lock machine, or let's say that an individual wants to start their lock journey, but they don't want to start from a short place, it's best to inform individuals about the instant lock machine and what to expect. Like, okay, I'm going to connect these, I'm going to go in and I'm going to connect these extensions, but I want you to understand that once these extensions are connected, you need to see it through with the natural process of training your locks naturally. Okay, and then eventually, if you want to, you could go ahead and cut off the extensions once your natural hair grows and locks up in a healthy and natural way. So, it was disappointing for me to find this information out, but it made a lot of sense because a couple of locks that fell out of my son's hair, when I went in to comb them out, I was wondering why it was just breaking apart and it was breaking down. I was just like, oh my God. So, I got some information on why that has happened. Okay, and when he first got his locks put in, he actually shouldn't have had the machine used on his locks. A lot of natural locticians, they do not use crochet needles or the lock machine. But me as a creative, I think that it poses an option. And I think that it's important for individuals to explore their options, but also understand the consequences of their choices. Okay, so there is a difference. The lock journey is a journey for a reason. And, this machine is kind of like a little bit of a cheat sheet, but I think it's a beautiful world of creativity. So, there are ways around doing certain things. And like I said, if you want to start your lock journey, but you don't want to start from a very short place, you just have to have the understanding that once you attach the extension, it would probably be best if you don't use the machine after that. And that you just let your hair grow and just continue to naturally get it twisted and let your natural hair just, naturally lock up. Okay, so I thought I would just come through and share that. I thought this was a very interesting fact. When I first learned about it, I was kind of disturbed, but then I started to think more through about the creative use of it, because there is a use for it, and of course, if you want to create extensions, this machine is also good for that as well. Okay, but that's going to wrap up this video. I hope that this information has been helpful for you. So until the next time, we'll talk again. Thank you.